You ever spend your whole life dreaming of peace and quiet, then end up fighting a war in your own backyard? Yeah, well, that's the punchline of my story. A story that starts with a pile of paperwork, a sunburn, and a woman who wields a clipboard like it's a weapon. I bought my dream home for one reason: to be left the hell alone. But if you think freedom comes easy on the edge of the Arizona desert, buddy, pull up a chair. You're gonna want to hear how this one goes down. Picture this. I'd just spent 2 decades in the Army Corps of Engineers, baking under foreign suns, pouring concrete where nothing should ever stand, making other people's plans a reality. I survived deadlines that cared about nothing but the clock, bosses who cared about nothing but themselves. When I finally turned in my badge, all I wanted was a piece of land that no one could boss me around on. No rules, no oversight, no surprise inspections at 0600. Just a house, a workshop, and the kind of silence that lets you hear your own heartbeat. So, I land a parcel on the rocky outskirts of Tucson. Not just outside the city, outside any damn HOA. If you know, HOAs are where Karens go to breed. I did my homework. Title company said clean. Attorney double-checked. I triple-checked. I even walked the border of the property with a zoning map and a flashlight, just in case the devil was hiding in the sagebrush. First morning, I pull up in my battered Ford, trailer full of tools rattling like a skeleton parade. I'm thinking maybe I'll pop a beer, toast to civilian life. Instead, I get a welcome wagon in the form of a blonde with a stare cold enough to crack glass. Tennis whites, crisp as hospital sheets, and a clipboard you could use to dig a trench. She doesn't smile. She doesn't even say hello. She looks at my boxes and goes, "You the contractor, or is this a short-term rental?" Now maybe I should have lied, but the Army never taught me subtlety. "I'm the owner," I say, all cheerful like I haven't just been accused of trespassing. Her mouth tightens. "You're not in our registry." I blink. Registry of what, exactly? She clicks her pen so hard I'm surprised it doesn't snap. The Green Palms Preserve HOA. All homeowners must register and receive occupancy approval. That's when I laugh, a short, dry bark. "Lady, I'm not in your HOA. Bad move." Her eyes narrow, and she says, "This entire area is under Green Palms jurisdiction." Ever tried arguing with someone who's decided the map only counts if they draw it? She wouldn't even look at my deed, wouldn't touch my paperwork, just muttered about entitled outsiders and stomped off, leaving a trail of white tennis shoe prints in the dust. The only registry I cared about was the one that put my name on this property. You'd think that'd be it. One grumpy neighbor, end of story. Ha! That's the thing about folks who get a taste of power. They never stop at just one bite. A few days later, as I'm setting up shelving in the garage, I hear tires crunching on my gravel. It's her again, this time with a fresh folder, a new clipboard, and a smile like she's about to deliver a death sentence. "Mr. Mlan, you are in violation of several guidelines and are required to cease all work and vacate the premises." She's got backup now, a dude in a polo shirt and sunglasses, trying to look tough. I remind her again, this isn't her jurisdiction. She threatens legal action. I tell her she's trespassing. Her exit is less gracious retreat, and more burnt rubber and cardboard flying through the air. Friday arrives, and with it a convoy, moving truck, solar panel delivery, concrete for my new workshop. My driveway's a construction zone. Guys in vests, power tools whirring, extension cords everywhere. I'm in my element. Then here comes Karen, and now she's brought her HOA sidekick. They're both barking at my movers, demanding permits, threatening to call the cops. I tell them, again, for the people in the back, this is my land. Not their business. But Karen's a pro. She whips out her phone and dials 911. "Yes, officer, there's a suspicious individual moving into a residence that's not been cleared by the homeowners association." I almost laugh. The movers just look at me like, is this for real? Sure enough, 2 sheriff's deputies show up, lights flashing, no siren. I hand over my ID, my paperwork, point out the zoning lines. The lead deputy takes one look and says, "Looks like you're good to go." Karen, though, isn't having it. She's flapping her arms, yelling about violations and chaos, and how I'm destabilizing the neighborhood. The deputy tells her if she keeps making false emergency calls, she'll be the one in trouble. The look on her face? Priceless. That right there should have been the end of it. But some folks never learned when to quit. The next day, I get a letter, fancy envelope, wax seal, Green Palms Preserve HOA return address. Notice of violation, unauthorized occupancy, noncompliance, construction materials stored openly, non-standard vehicles, violation of aesthetic norms. They ordered me to vacate. Bullet points, legalese, the whole 9 yards. It would have been funny if it wasn't so damn brazen. Only problem is, their threats had as much weight as a wet tissue. I scan the letter, send it to my lawyer, Martha. She replies in 10 minutes, 0 legal standing. Call the county and start a paper trail. Turns out, the HOA's pulled this trick before, sending fake violation letters to people just outside their boundary, hoping someone panics and signs up. It's not just bold. It's extortion, plain and simple. I drive to the county office, file an affidavit that officially rejects the HOA's claim. Reggie, the clerk, gives me a copy to stick on my window. They'll think twice, he says. He's got no idea who we're dealing with. I get home and find my mailbox bent, boot prints in the dirt. Pull up my security footage. There's Karen, yanking on my mailbox, snapping photos. Not even subtle. That night, I start a folder, HOA incidents. Screenshots, letters, videos. I call Martha. She says, they're acting like a rogue HOA mafia. She's not wrong. But the real twist? It isn't just Karen. The next day, a stranger in an SUV parks by the trees, snapping photos of my house. Plates check out to Sunland Community Management, the third-party compliance firm for Green Palms. Now the whole board's in on it, surveilling me, trying to scare me off. They ramp up their paper assault. A new letter, more aggressive, comes from someone calling themselves HOA General Counsel. Just an LLC out of Scottsdale. They accuse me of everything from environmental contamination to running an illegal construction site. I call Martha again. This is legal harassment, she says. We send a cease and desist, certified mail, to both the HOA and Sunland. Then I call an old friend, Elise, a reporter. She's got a nose for HOA abuse. I hand over my incident folder. She interviews me, snaps photos of the bent mailbox, the zoning map, Karen on video. I'm thinking front page, she says, grinning like a wolf. And just like that, the tables start to turn. The article goes live, headlines screaming, HOA out of control. With my mug front and center, holding one of Karen's fake violation letters like it's a smoking gun. Within hours, people crawl out of the woodwork. Trevor, 2 blocks away, emails me, same HOA, same threats. Then Sheila, her mailbox spray painted. Dues Dodger in white stencil, Karen caught on a neighbor's camera, paint can in hand. We aren't victims. We're a movement now. Martha files a civil suit, harassment, defamation, false claims, attempted annexation. We get an emergency injunction. Karen and the HOA can't contact me, can't step foot on my property. Suddenly Karen vanishes. No more patrols, no more drive-bys. But the next week, someone smashes my security camera. I call the cops. Now they're interested. 2 weeks later, the case goes to court. Karen walks in, all pearls and bluster, with an attorney who looks like he just realized the Titanic's going down. The judge asks, does the HOA have jurisdiction? Their lawyer hems and haws, but everyone knows the answer is no. Martha lays out every fake letter, every video, every inch of that boundary. The judge isn't impressed. This is the clearest misuse of HOA authority I've ever seen. Injunction granted. Karen tries to argue. The judge tells her to sit down. I could have danced a jig. But that's just the first domino. Elise gets leaked emails. Karen and the board laying out a plan to escalate with compliance memos, use enforcement tone even where no authority exists. They even talk about redrawing maps, intimidating non-members. Martha files an emergency motion. The judge brings in the criminal evidence. Karen's called to testify. The prosecutor reads her own words back to her. Hit them with enough violations, they'll fold. The room is silent. Karen breaks, admits everything, the fake maps, the letters, the intimidation. 3 felony charges right there in court. She doesn't even protest when they lead her out. Karma baby in a pantsuit. With Karen gone, the board crumbles. The county audits, finds misuse of funds, unauthorized surveillance, fake compliance reports. The Green Palms Preserve HOA? Dissolved. Sunland gets fined, forced to apologize on TV. Their CEO can't even look at the camera. Meanwhile, I finally finish my garage, build out my workshop, and host a barbecue with Trevor and Sheila. Their mailbox, freshly repainted, stands proud at the end of their drive. That's the thing I learned, the lesson that sneaks up on you. People love power, but they hate pushback. Most bullies aren't half as brave when you shine a light on their games. Justice doesn't come knocking on its own. Sometimes you gotta drag it up the driveway, kicking and screaming. Karen serves time, 3.5 years, banned from HOAs for life. The plaintiff split over $600,000. I pocket a chunk of it, more than enough to pay off legal bills and build the workbench I always wanted. And every now and then, when I see a car slow roll past my fence, I wave. There's a sign there now. Private land. No HOA. No trespassing. No tyrants. Feels damn good. But here's the real kicker. The question that sticks with me. Where's the line between protecting a community and abusing power? Who gets to draw that boundary, and who's brave enough to push back when the clipboard brigade comes for them? I got lucky, had the evidence, the friends, the fight. But what about everyone else? So tell me, where do you draw the line? Ever been pushed by someone with just enough power to make your life miserable? Ever stood your ground, or wished you had? I want to hear your stories. Drop them in the comments. Maybe, just maybe, we'll make the next Karen think twice before grabbing her clipboard.